Solidarity calls on Lonmin Mine Management to cut back on so-called frills and luxuries in order to improve the company's finances. And Transnet reports an 11% increase in revenue for the 6 months to September. I'm Richard Brooks. Labour Union Solidarity has called on Lonmin Mine Management to cut back on so-called frills and luxuries in order to improve the company's finances. This comes as the mine has indicated that it plans to embark on a restructuring process, which may lead to retrenchments. Solidarity's Gideon Du Plessis.
We need to analyze the business. We need to look at all the costs that they have. For instance, if we look at what we refer to as head office or corporate luxuries, we need to look at their travel and accommodation budget. Where do they stay? Do they fly business class, first class? Also, if we look at the large number of security guards that they've employed recently to look after their senior management, that's a huge cost. We need to ask the question, is that still necessary? And then the other things, they've got a game farm. It's a wonderful facility. And although it's very convenient for all of us to use it, having our meetings there and workshops there, we still need to know under these circumstances, is still necessary.
Goldfields KDC East miners on the far West Rand have still not returned to work. Goldfields spokesperson Sven Lunch says this is not a result of them still striking. He says they are currently dealing with 7,600 appeals, which will take days to complete, and the mine will remain closed until a decision is made. This after 8,100 workers were dismissed last week for participating in an unprotected strike at the mine for weeks, demanding higher salaries. Lunch explains.
At our KDC East mine, last week we dismissed 8,100 workers, but the vast majority, 7,600 of them, appealed the decision. Now, as you can imagine, the appeal of 7,600 workers takes a long time, and we've had independent chairmen reviewing them all, and they're still in the process of reconciling the numbers. So while the appeal process is going on, the mine will remain shut. We'll most probably announce over the next few days what the outcome is of the appeal.
Transnet has reported an 11% increase in revenue for the 6 months to September. Transnet's revenue rose to nearly 25 billion rand as a result of an increase in rail volumes. CEO Brian Molefe says the positive financial performance creates a platform to launch a multi-billion rand capital investments program. He says it turned the corner after it experienced difficulties with a trucker strike and a pricing dispute between ArcelorMittal and Kumba Iron Ore. Molefe says recent downgrades will not affect the company's capital expansion program. A search for a light aircraft is underway in the northwest of Mozambique. The aircraft, which was carrying 2 passengers, disappeared on Sunday after taking off from Malawi's Lilongwe Airport to Lanseria Airport in Johannesburg. Chief of the Aeronautical Rescue Centre, Santi White, says a joint search by Mozambican and South African authorities continues.
Sunday afternoon, en route from Lilongwe in Malawi on its way to Syria in South Africa. It sits in Mozambican airspace, had contact with Vira, and then the aircraft relayed via another aircraft that it's got a problem and it's going to go and divert to Vira. That was the last contact, and the aircraft did not arrive at Vira. By yesterday afternoon, we haven't found anything yet. We had to stop it a bit earlier because the weather was bad. This morning we are starting and we are carrying on searching.